we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Vinny Eastwood Show, the lighter side of genocide. Just because we're being exterminated doesn't mean we can't make it fun. Otherwise, what's the point of being killed? The Vinny Eastwood Show, where the only thing worse than living in a high-tech global police state is Vinny's jokes. What does that mean? Because
exactly.
they use all this cryptic language, and you go, okay, you're left scratching your head. What the hell are you talking about, bro?
That's it. This is it. They just want to distract and confuse you. So this is the document. These are actually instructions to the frontline staff, if you have a look at the top. And this is on their website. And then they describe a scenario, like, each scenario. This is just how the police work. And
let's go through this sequentially. Starting with the first one again, we police by consent and must maintain the support of the wider public in our actions. Let me get this straight. You police by consent even though you force people to do stuff, and you maintain the support of the wider public in your actions even though the public is rightfully turning against you in opinion polls and whatnot. This means our actions need to be seen as reasonable, proportionate, and aligned to the intent of the Level 4 restrictions. Okay, they don't say that the actions need to be reasonable, proportionate, and aligned to the intent of the Level 4. They say they need to be seen as reasonable, proportionate, and aligned to the intent of the Level 4. So that means, you know what that translates to me? We police by fear. Mm-hmm. And we need to brainwash the public into maintaining compliance. Mm-hmm. And we are now capable of using any action we deem necessary to force their compliance. And if they complain about it or film it, we bury the complaint and delete the footage so that we will be seen as being reasonable, proportionate, and aligned to the letter. You see, this is translate. Did I translate that correctly on the fly? God damn, I'm good. Number 2, all non-essential businesses are required to close. Okay, now what that means is we've got a huge network of enormous businesses that we have already got our fingers into the pies to, but we want to close all of the independent, smaller businesses that can't actually afford to close down, so they'll eventually get foreclosed on, and our banker overlords will be able to pick everything up for pennies on the dollar. That's why you're required to close, because when you open up again, you'll have new owners and you won't be able to do things your own way anymore, ever. So basically, you will go where we say you can go. You will do what we tell you can do. Now, in the history of governments, when the governments take certain rights you have, for example, freedom of movement, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, private property, that kind of thing. When has there been a single historical example where after they've taken all that stuff, they just give it back? Oh, sorry, we made a mistake. We just took all your rights. Oh, sorry, bro. Here you go. Here you have them back. It just doesn't happen. Okay? It doesn't happen. Number 4, police may do anything reasonably necessary, and this is under their definition of reason. Okay, the reason is, hey, here's a person who wants to do something, who I want to do something, who he doesn't want to do and shouldn't have to do, and what have you, so I need to use reasonable force. And that means I unreasonably force him to do what I want. Okay, you see the mind games that are being played here, ladies and gentlemen, on the general public. And that's why they put in brackets, including the use of force. By the way, as if to sort of like backslide it in your mind. It's just like, no, that's almost the first resort. First resort is talking to you, and the second resort is threatening you, and the third resort is actually physically assaulting you and violating you. Okay, that's where the word violence comes from. Violare, to violate, to take something that does not belong to you, like your personal safety, like being kidnapped, like being killed or assaulted, those kind of things, violations. to compel, enforce, or ensure compliance with a requirement made by a moo in the... I mean, we have so many cows in this country, and now we got compliance to moo. Now, in the above Health Act orders S708... What the hell does that even mean? You'd have to look up the things and what have you. I really hope that you're enjoying this, ladies and gentlemen, because it scares the living piss out of me.
Yep, me too. Yeah.
Have I just successfully decoded all the police acts? No.
No,
I haven't.
This one too, actually.
But wait, there's more.
And don't forget the propaganda, the engage, educate, encourage, enforcement. That's for what the frontline staff have to do. But yeah,
Well,
5, 6, and 7 are also pretty scary.
There is a power to stop and inspect any vehicle and inquire into the purpose of travel to ensure people are not travelling in breach of the Health Act orders. So basically, you have a right against a molestation by the police. That's gone. You have a right to travel where you want. That's gone. You see, they just take your rights away and then they don't give them back. Isn't it interesting? You know, does nobody even think about the coincidence? Like, all the conspiracy theorists are going to say, oh, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And now when they do it all, you're like, oh, wow, this just totally hit me by surprise. I mean, who would have seen a totalitarian government coming? We did. We freaking been telling you about it for a decade. God damn it. Police have a power to enter, remain, and inspect premises if they have reasonable grounds to believe actions or gatherings are occurring in those premises that are not consistent with the Health Act orders. Basically, you got anybody coming out of the thing, and again, this is what they have. They say reasonable grounds, which is a loose term, which it means whatever the fuck we say it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never been so disconcerted to have a police detective agree with me. Now, police have a power to enter, remain, and inspect premises. They can remain there. Mm-hmm. They can just set up shop. Frickin' God! If they have reasonable grounds. Oh,
they don't need reasonable grounds. They're
just giving themselves the power. And they're just telling you the lighter side of genocide version. Just getting